everyone, it's Louise here from Crazy Borgies. I hope you're all well and fine on this beautiful Sunday, August day. So today's video is another stitch along on this beautiful winter, well, it's actually called Christmas reindeer. That's what I'm stitching on, and I'm down to my last few colours now. So I have only got this light orange shade to do, yellow, and then this green shade to do, and then I'll be able to do the lovely back stitch, or the dreaded back stitch as some would say. But yeah, I think it's beautiful. It's turned out lovely. Mr. Robin is looking good, but he'll look even better once I do the back stitch. And yeah, let me put you up in the holder. And oh look, Mr. Mouse is finished there, but once again he's going to look even better once he's got his back stitch in place as well, because with the back stitch, whoops, that's hopefully what Mr. Mouse is going to look like. So on some stitches, on some cross stitches, you know, it is really needed, that back stitch. So yeah, right, hold on 1 second. Right, I've got you above me now, so I'm going to zoom you in to where I am stitching, which is over on this little section. Hang on a second, let me just adjust there. There, I hope that's a good view for yourselves there. I've got you on an overhead camera this morning. So I'm just working on this green section here. We've got little Mr. Owl here as well. He only needs one more colour, the yellow symbol, and then we can do the back stitch. But yeah, for some little bits of detail you really do need that back stitch, because like, look, that's Mr. Owl there. That's what he'll look like, hopefully, once I've done the back stitch. And I do need to practice my back stitch, so it is a good thing, most definitely. Now, I had a bit of a fight with this floss this morning because I was up late last night watching something and cross stitching, watching a Netflix series, and yeah, I basically tangled up all my floss. I know, it has to be done every now and then. Got really badly tangled. As a result, this morning I've had to take some scissors to it and chop it and cut it, and yeah, all that lovely stuff. I'm wondering if I need, I'll put the light on just in case. But yeah, so I was up late last night watching, what's it called now, Manifest on Netflix, and it's one of those that when it ends you just have to see the next part, and it's in episodes, so every time you get to the end you think, oh, I'll watch the rest tomorrow, and then you get sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for, you just sort of get carried away. Anyway, before I knew it, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, well, 1:45, and I was like, oh my gosh. But and then I went upstairs and both my girls were asleep in my bed, and I was like, oh, where am I gonna sleep now? So I had to move one of them, but they looked so sweet, especially as one of them was asleep on my night dress, so on my pajamas even. And I was like, oh, they look so cute. But kids always do when they're asleep. It's when they're awake that the horns come out, isn't it? So yeah, I'm nearly done with this one now. I don't even want to hazard a guess how long the back stitch is going to take though. Hopefully not too long. But I really hurt myself again the other day. It seems to be when I stitch in hand that I really hurt myself. I'm just going to hop over here because, oh my gosh, the pain and the blood as well. I've changed my needle now though, because those tiny needles that come with this 14 count, they are lethal, and trust me, if you prick yourself with one of those, you're gonna know about it, as I found out. Really hurt. Was it yesterday morning? Yes, I think it was the day before yesterday. And what happened was I had my hand, I was stitching in hand, and I had my hand in the wrong place behind, and I've put the needle through and got it straight on my finger. Blood was pouring everywhere, and I was like, oh my gosh, it really hurt. And then there was one day this week where I really hurt my finger, and it was just like every other finger was hurting because of where I'd got it, where I'd hit it with the needle. And I was like, you know what, I really just need to learn to stitch in the frame just to stop myself from getting injured like this. So I'm pleased to say that, as you can tell, my two-handed, does that come out? My two-handed cross stitch has got a bit faster and less injuries as well. Because at one point, I'm not going to lie, I had a plaster on every finger. 2-3 fingers at a time, and I was like, this is not good, not good at all. So this shade that I'm working on is, let's just see, DMC code 803. Yeah, 803. A dark navy colour. There you are. I'm gonna hop up here to get these. And this needle, when it has hit me, which it has hit me a couple of times, it's not drawn blood on me. I think this is from the Spring Black brand needle, because it's got like it's got like the golden, whoops, would help if I was in frame, it's got like the golden edging, whereas the other needle See, it's not as sharp. The other needle doesn't, and they're the ones that hurt me. It hurt me a great deal. But I am desperate because I've just been working on this solidly now for like last couple of weeks to try and get it done. I'm desperate to work on an 11 count now, most definitely. I need a break from 14, so I've got quite a few whips that are 14 count at the moment. Whoops, no, oh, there we go. And I do want to make a start on my beaded cross stitch as well, but I really feel like I need the kids to not be around me when I'm doing that, because that can be quite, well, it's very demands a lot more concentration, and have to be careful with all those beads, obviously. Right, I'm gonna make this my last stitch. We've got the sun come back to us now as well. I'm just poking this back in like that. Luna's having a go at one of my neighbours this morning. So they're cutting their grass. She's still in heat at the moment. Very needy emotionally as well. Mind you, I was a bit angry last night because when we were walking her in the evening, came back from our walk, and lo and behold, there's a load of dog poo outside my house, and I'm like, really? Like, have I missed a stitch there? That looks, I don't know, it looks like I could have done there. Let me see. And I'm like, no, I haven't. I'm thinking to myself, like, that wasn't there when we left. But yet we go on a walk and we come back and there's like loads of dog poo and it's not in one place, it's all over the place. And I'm like, can't people just pick up their dog poo? I mean, it's not nice. No one enjoys it. You know, but it's got to be done, because if it wasn't done, then what sort of world would we live in? You know, it'd be a right state, wouldn't it? And it's dangerous as well, leaving it around for kiddies. So, you know, you have to. It's part of being a responsible dog owner, isn't it? It's, you know, you must pick up your dog's poop. Unfortunately though, some people, when it's night time, I think they just think, oh well, no one's going to see me, I'm not going to pick it up. But I mean, I nearly stepped in it, and so did my daughter nearly step in it. I was like, really? My eldest said I should get a Ring camera, one of those Ring doorbells, is it? And name and shame them on the internet, but I don't know. I think that's a bit drastic, personally. Oh, this floss is no good. It just keeps getting tangled, this one. So yeah, I've been watching this Netflix called Manifest. I highly recommend it. It's very interesting. It's about these people that go on an aeroplane, and they're gone for like, well, basically they're on a plane, but they have to go on two separate planes, these families, because one of them is overfilled, so they have to go on another one, and then the one that got left behind, when they go on their plane, they're in the sky for what feels like maybe an hour, and then they get something come over the speaker saying that they're being forced to land. And when they land, everyone tells them that the whole plane has been missing for like 5 years, sorry. And they're like, what? Where have you been? You know, the people are all questioning them, and they're like, we've just been in the sky for an hour. Anyway, so then it progresses, and they all have to sort of like go back to their lives, but obviously their lives have changed because they haven't been around, and everyone presumed them dead, you know. So like, for example, some of the people that were in relationships, you know, their partner has moved on with other people because they think that they thought they were dead. It's very interesting, very interesting. And then all these weird things start happening, and then I'll leave it there for you because I don't want to ruin it, but it is interesting. My daughter recommended it to me, actually, my eldest, so I was like, I need some Netflix to watch. I do like a good Netflix session. I just realised there. Okay, I'll sort that out at the end. Right, that's way too short. Getting another piece now. This is how short this floss has become, because unlike what I usually do by pulling one floss thread out at a time, I decided to pull out 2 threads at a time. As a result, the whole thing just got tangled, and it's now in a, well, it was in a tangled mess. Not doing that again in a hurry, I tell you. So I hope you're all well anyway, and enjoying your weekend. think the kids are getting a bit cabin fever now. Still trying to look for a little holiday away. So they need a change of scenery when they're at home in the holidays, for sure. I remember feeling so bored in the summer when I was a little girl, because we didn't really used to go anywhere, but we were just happy playing outside, whereas now you can't really have your kids outside playing, you know. I'm going over here now. Yeah, I just don't feel comfortable with them playing outside, not with everything that's going on at the moment, because they're mixed as well. You don't know what can happen, because at the moment people are attacking immigrants, aren't they? So I do feel like you've got to be careful and mindful of it. You don't want any trouble. And we have had some dodgy experiences before, but if people have hate in their heart, they don't care, do they? They just say whatever comes to their minds. But at the moment we've got a few riots going on here in the UK, although I haven't seen any. But then I sort of live in an area where it's quite, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? It's not posh, but it's like reserved. Yeah, they're quite reserved in my road where we live. Right, let me see how far I've come now with my time. Can't see, hang on a second, let me just have a look. I'm gonna just have a look here. Oh, hang on a second guys, I'm on 29 minutes so far, so I'll just stitch a little bit more with you, and then I'll say adios. There we go. Right, I'm going to leave it there for today's cross stitch along. Let me zoom you out. Oh, there we go. So just done this little area around here with yourselves. So not much more left to do with this symbol. And then I'll be down to my last 2 symbols. Yay! I think there's some of it in this skate up here actually. But yeah, I can't wait to get started on the back stitch now, to put a little eye there. And just to make the details pop out a bit more as well. Be nice to see it, won't it? Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for today's cross stitch along. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And follow me on TikTok and Instagram on Crazy Borgie's Diamond Art. And yes, I'll speak to you all soon, guys. Okay, take care and God bless you all. Bye for now. Bye.